Okay, welcome to this class. I think we have 4 or 5 people only, but then let's start this. We have a minute a member speech. Anybody would like to have their topic? Bhumika,
Sir?
you are ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Bhumika. We will start off with Bhumika. Bhumika is our student, sixth standard student. Very, very, very naughty and very smart student. Let us hear from Bhumika.
Yes, sir. Um, Good afternoon, everyone. I talk about ancestors. When we hear about our ancestor, it is usually accompanied by a feeling of distance and separation. Rather, the distance in time and familiarity creates a space in between ourselves and those who came before us. It can be a very useful experience to examine our ancestor and to discover the people who came before you. The reality is your ancestor may have had a great impact on you than you now realize. How do our ancestors affect us? Or not we understand how we are descended from our ancestors, we rarely give any thought to how they impact us. It is a rather strange thought to entertain that somebody who lived before us cloud have any influence on your life. Your ancestors are in a large part responsible for creating the environment in which you were raised. Many of the traditions you have in your family could have been passed down from your ancestors. It's important to record family experience and tradition. Creating a culture. Everybody understands how human beings are influenced by their social surroundings or the age. That we are a product of a particular culture, but we understand what that culture is a product of. Simply put, the culture by which we are influenced and in which we are raised to a product to our ancestor. They create a function society and a culture is passed on from generation to generation as. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bhumika. It's nice that you have spoken a very, very strong topic. I suggest to Bhumika to take a light topic next time onward. This is a very, very strong topic about ancestors. The kind of words you have used, my God, descended, impact, rather strange, influence, raised, tradition, generation. I expect only Anisha and Kamalika use these words, not Bhumika, because a child
Yes,
of
sir.
what, madam, what, Anisha?
Yes, sir, you are right. At
Yeah,
the
see the
same,
kind of thing. Okay, you read from whatever you have written. Even then, Bhumika, it is excellent. But I would request you to take some lighter topic, and then we will go to some difficult topics. Bhumika, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
You take some lighter topic, simple topic you take, and let the sentence will be small. Don't have a long sentence with the conjunction, and then but without that you can have a small sentence. Say for example, I am Kesav Murthy. Stop. Full stop. I am from Coimbatore. Full stop. I am an MBA. Full stop. Like that. No, you start off like that, and later on we will talk like your sister. That is at a later point of time, right? Initially you make your sentences correct, so that it makes a meaning, it has got a sequence, right, so that the listener will understand, and then we will go for complicated sentences. But otherwise it's excellent. No, my God, how did you prefer, I mean, chose a word called rather strange? My God, what a beautiful sentence it is. Probably it's anyway. It is very nice and raised. raised by. And you know, Bhumika, your nose is like your one of your grandmother's nose. You know that?
Sir, his head it is also like grandmother, sir.
Yeah, so your nose or hairstyle or face, it's all from your grandmother. Like so, ancestors live through us. They are there in every parts of our body. They are there in every action in our actions. So your nose is like your party grandparty's nose. It's like that. So like that, I mean, you have touched upon very important thing. I appreciate that. Maybe you can go with simple topics hereafter. Okay, that. Now I request another young girl, that is Anisha's sister, to talk about any topic.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm V. Prakshana. I would like to speak about zoo. Zoo. Zoo means zoological park. They are used to protect and breed animals and birds. It is an artificially created environment for them. People are allowed to visit zoos. Also, zoos protect some in endangered species.
Species, endangered species. Okay.
She prepared this speech.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Let her go ahead. Yeah.
Species are species of animals that are seriously at the risk of extinct.
Oh, good. Yeah, carry on.
Yet means that a particular group of animals are no longer in exist. Simply all are dead for dinosaur. Example, dinosaur. Some of the endangered species include a red panda, orangutan, red deer. Continue, Papa. Some of the popular zoos in Tamil Nadu are Aringer Anna, VOC Park and Zoo in Coimbatore, Madras Crocodile Bank. Thank you for
Yeah, thank you. What's your name? Prakshana.
Prakshana, sir.
Yeah, Prakshana, you are in which standard?
6th standard, sir.
So you are also studying with our Bhumika?
Yes, sir.
So Bhumika is naughty in the class? She is making kurumbu?
Sir, they are studying in the same school but in the different sections.
Different. Okay. Suma, I just. But anyway, Prakshana, you spoke very well. In fact, you also used from very difficult but artificial environment. You use endangered species, extinct. My God, these are all I think, and of course you have touched upon Ariana VOC Park Zoo. You know how many times I have gone to this zoo? I have gone to this zoo 50 times. When I was a child, I have never been to any zoo. But when my kids are young, I used to take them to this zoo, Coimbatore Zoo. I think we have gone many more than 50 times. In fact, we used to have each one name, one nickname for each of the animal over there. No, there was one this thing. What is the deer? We have some animal name for that, and like that one camel and giraffe. We used to have some name when they were kids. They were third standard, fourth standard, up to seventh, eighth. I used to take them to zoos, and one of the biggest zoo, Prakshana. It is in Vandalur Zoo. That is in Chennai. The very very large zoo is there in Chennai. That is called Vandalur Zoo. Okay. Yes, Prakshana.
I have gone there.
You had gone there.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And the second, another important zoo is there in Hyderabad. That is also a very big zoo. And Mysore Zoo is also very big. And there's one zoo in Calcutta called Alipur Zoo. That is also a quite big one. These are the popular zoos in India: Hyderabad, Mysore, Calcutta, maybe Vandalur Zoo, all these things. And in fact, fortunately, I've gone to all these zoos by as a tourist. Or I lived in Calcutta for about 4.5 years, 3.5 years, sorry. So I had gone to Alipur Zoo so many times. No, and animals are my good friends also from that day onwards. Very good. So I think you have touched upon crocodile zoo, orangutan, red deer, and all those stuff. Anyway, thanks Prakshana for talking in your very childish tone. It makes very interesting. Now I am very enthused to meet Prakshana and Bhumika instead of Anisha and Kamalika. On
Yes,
on
sir.
on Friday, I will be more keen in meeting Bhumika and Prakshana. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. Now I will. Anybody else? You want to have a word? Any topic? I have given some three topics. You can either talk on those three topics or any topic. Well, Murugan, you wanted to have a say. You can have some two three words, sentences.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
It's an enduring myth that money brings happiness. I do not believe the myths and legends about this forest. Contrary to popular myths, no monster lives in this lake. This example sentence had selected automatically from online news sources that reflect current usage of word myth.
Yeah, Velmurugan is a person who gives lot of news every day through WhatsApp. I think we have to thank him. I think this is the first time he has come out. Very nice, Velmurugan, you are saying. But what you can do is the same news you can read in our communicative English class. Whichever is interesting news you can read. So you can start off like that and slowly you will improve. That is the way we will look at. So next is mountaineering. That is the topic I've given. Mountaineering. So anybody wants to have a talk on mountaineering? Let me have my a minute member speech on mountaineering. I had gone mountaineering a couple of times. I think about some 7 8 times. Recently, about a year back, I went to a mountaineering called Perumudi. That's a place. That's the mountain actually. It is 5 kilometers that path from the bottom, and then we went to a place called Tadagam, which is nearby to Coimbatore, about 30 kilometers from Coimbatore. From there, we walked up, and then walking up is very steep, and there was one Perumal temple on top of that mountain. And when we went there, and it was a difficult task for me because I'm slightly old compared to others. But while walking, somehow I was able to walk up with the help of a stick and things like that. There was no actually path, only a small one-way path is there where you need a lot of stones are there, and then it is a very bush forest. And when we went there, it was slightly cool, and there was some actually rocks were there, and from there we had seen the entire Coimbatore and nearby places. And then we took bath also. There was one small channel of water was there, and we took bath. And then we went to the temple, that Perumal temple. And from there, about another about 200 meters, there is another temple. When we went to that temple, the birds, there are thousands of birds are making some noise. No, all sorts of birds noise was there, and it was screaming. All the birds were screaming. It was a very very different type of sound. It is not musical. Maybe if one bird was singing, it may be musical. But now thousands of birds were singing, so it was not musical. But it was a different type of sound. So and then we were there, and they provided food on that day, and then we had food there because otherwise there is no way that you cannot take the food also there. And while going, I had one youngster like our Bhumika and Prakshana, who is actually climbing, and they were climbing very fast. And every time they say, "Tata, you please come," and then they used to help me to climb up. And climbing up was much easier than climbing down. Climbing down, it was a very risky. I fell down 3 times Fortunately, I did not break any my hand or leg, and I was given two sticks, and with two sticks I was climbing down very carefully because many people have fallen down in that while climbing down. Climbing up was easy, climbing down was difficult, and it took us while climbing up it took us nearly about 2 hours or so. But while climbing down, we finished it in 1 hour 15 minutes, and normally they take only 45 minutes to climb down. Because of me it took 1 hour 15 minutes. So that was a very interesting experience, very recent, something I think about 7 8 months back or 1 year back approximately. I was I had a mountaineering experience near to Coimbatore. Okay, right. Anybody else who wanted to have a word? I
Sir,
would now, yeah, Kali Rajan, please.
sir, this is my first class. So now preparing, sir,
No,
any
no, you can
topic.
introduce yourself, and then you can, if you want, you can talk anything on MBA subject, whatever you wanted to talk. That's you can introduce yourself first to everybody.
So, I am Kali Rajan. I am from Virudhunagar. My native place is Virudhunagar.
Yeah.
Um, just school studying for the Tailapuram and college also UG degree started in Sri Vidya College. Next PG degree MBA started in Sri Vidya College. So my aim is an any stock marketing or share marketing investment or any other export business.
Okay,
So
nice, Kali
uh,
Rajan. Yeah, carry on, carry on.
next next I have one brother. My father working for maps. My father working for
Your audio is not clear, Kali Rajan. No problem. Next time you can prepare a small topic, any topic of your interest, and then come and speak.
Sir,
Yes, 1 minute,
okay.
1 minute. Yeah, yes, Kali Rajan, carry on. Yeah, it's over, I think. Yeah,
But
yeah,
how
you,
to
yeah.
prepare for a topic?
Okay,
How
now
to
I
any prepare?
yeah, no problem, no problem. I think it's good. First time it's good. Now I will. Who said sir? Kamalika?
yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, you can, you can.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you. Today, I want to share some stories with you.
Yeah,
The
please.
stories of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. The first story I want to tell you is about a man named James Edward or J. Edward for short. He was born in 1878. His father was an Irish American bricklayer who worked himself to death at the age of 32 when J. Edward was only a little boy. Even though he was only 8 years old, he had started working to support his mother and siblings, and he worked every day of his life until he turned 90. His story is the Quaisness American story. He started with nothing, no money, no connection, no education, but he worked incredibly hard, focused on helping his family and his community, and even eventually became a successful businessman and community leader. Years later, as he lay dying, his family got a little bigger. 2 days before he died, he became a grandfather one more time. His daughter-in-law was giving birth in the same hospital one floor away. Unfortunately, his story was going to turn out differently. Now I want to tell you the story of the mother. Her name was Joan, and she gave birth to a little boy, but there was a problem. The boy was born with a severe bacterial infection that covered his entire body, and he was not expected to live through the night. But Joan refused to accept that, and she took the boy home to take care of him. Knowing that leaving him at the hospital was the death sentence, she went without sleep for every day, popping every blister on the skin of the screaming infant, boiling every scrap of fabric that touched his skin, and managed to keep the infection at bay. The boy lived for years. Afterwards, doctor told her that she saved her son's life. Without her determination, there was no chance he would have survived. Like her father-in-law, she stood up when the chips were down and gave everything she had someone else. And the boy grew up and knowing he vowed his life to his mother. Unfortunately, his story was going to turn out differently. He could not help his mother when, 15 years later, she was diagnosed with the ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, a fatal degenerative neurological disease. He could do not nothing. Sadly, he could do nothing while she was in agony. Slowly dying in front of him, here was the woman who gave him his life, and then against all odds saved it. And he was completely powerless to help her. That feeling of helplessness still haunts him to this day. The last thing his mother told him was she was ready to die. It would release her from the incredible pain she was in, but she wasn't dead yet, being his mother. Her last words to him were, I can't be there for you anymore, so I need you to promise me something. I need you to be the best person you can be. She gave him one last gift. The gift was setting lifelong direction, and the boy swore and that he would do not everything he could to follow it. She died the next day, and he has been trying to figure out how to live up to that promise ever since. As you might have guessed, I was that boy. Forgive me for being little choked up, but I have never spoken publicly about this before today. My mother, Joan, and grandfather J. Edward were ordinary people, but they did extraordinary things. When things became difficult, they didn't wallow in their sadness or self-pity. They rolled up their sleeves and did something for those around them, and for those that would live long after them. In short, they live good life, and they gave something to future. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bhumika. I think you have improved a lot. Only thing is you are talking, your speed is slightly on the higher side. Maybe you can slow down a little bit from the next class onwards. And then you are using some interesting words, haunting. No, that was a very, very important word. And then you said incredible pain. You said maybe I think you could have used acute pain instead of incredible pain. That may be more relevant, this thing. Okay, no problem. But and you said one word before, American story. You said some American story. What is that? Quintessential American story? What was it? You said the one in the first two lines, three lines, I think, third line, I think. American story, you said. But
Essential American
quintessential.
culture.
My God, it's a very only powerful speakers use that quintessential. But you have used it. I was really very great thing because ordinary speakers in India and all are like in the school level they don't use it. Maybe at college level and then at the company level they use this. But anyway, I think thanks you are bringing out such a beautiful word, quintessential American story like that. Very interesting. That is, it means that, yeah, carry on.
Just to try something new,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
So
it's
I
in fine. No, no. Now you should try because this is maybe your seventh or eighth or 10th class, and then you have improved a lot. Mr. Kalirajan, Bhumika, I mean Kamalika was like you, almost like you when she started, but in the last 10 classes or 10 or 12 classes, she improved, and quite a remarkable improvement from our side. Now she started using some of the fantastic, sophisticated words like haunting, quintessential, and things like that. Great, Kamalika, great going. Now, I think to tell Mr. Kalirajan, Velmurugan, and others how to improve our English. Let me tell you my story that will help you. Yeah, I am also from a Tamil medium school. I studied, and then we went to that PUC. Now we call this higher secondary. That was in English medium, and then engineering was English medium. MBA was in English medium. Okay, what I used to do to learn language is that I used to listen to many speeches. Those days only radio was there. There was no television. So radio, we will go and listen to all the English news, and cricket commentaries we used to listen. The cricket commentaries, they speak very fast. We don't understand half the thing many times. But you used to listen to this cricket commentary as well as English news, which normally used to come from Delhi radio. From the All India radio, it used to come English news. So that also we used to listen. These are two things. The third thing which we used to do, we used to read one English newspaper, mostly Hindu. Those days, Hindu we used to read the newspapers. Of course, these days I buy two newspapers. But then when I was like you, when I was in school and college, we used to read English newspaper, and that also helped me. But now, after coming to the profession, we have trained many people in learning English, in speaking English. How do we do it? We have a small kind of a strategy. One is that we request the person to identify a partner with whom he or she will speak in English. Say, for example, Kali Rajan wanted to speak English. So he has to identify one partner. Partner can be his father, his mother, his sister, his brother, or his friend, or his classmate, etc. Only thing is the partner should be able to understand English. The partner need not necessarily speak better English than Kali Rajan. Partner, he should be able to understand English, and then he should be able to speak, reply in Tamil or English. That is not a problem. But Kali Rajan will speak with that partner only in English every day. So he has to choose a partner with whom he will meet almost every day, or at least once in 2 days. So whenever Kali Rajan meets that particular person, he will speak only in English. Like that, you identify one partner for you, and then you, with that particular person, you speak only in English. Don't speak even a single Tamil word. He can speak in Tamil to you, but you should reply only in English. Like that you do, and this technique has helped many people, and you will be very benefited. As far as our class is concerned, we normally give 2 or 3 topics, very simple topics. For example, zoo or mountaineering. Like that, we'll give some simple topics. You can prepare yourself, or you can prepare any other topic of your own. Prepare it. When I say prepare, you can even write it down. Initially, you write it down and speak, and then later on, you can speak even without writing. You can speak. So that will be after some 4 or 5 classes. You may be able to speak without writing, and then you can develop that skills of improving this thing. We also have we'll show you some PowerPoint presentations on how to make a sentence. Today's class we won't do it, but next class onwards we will do. We will show you how to make a sentence. Whenever you have a request to make, how do you make a sentence? When you want to order something, how do you make? When you want to say something exclamatory, then how do you make this thing? When you want to say something angry, when you are with joyful and you want to say with love something, how do you say that? Like that, there are many situations are there which we will cover. We already covered. Again, we will cover that, so that will help you in framing a particular sentence. Right? These are the ways by which you will learn English. You will speak English, and this particular class is only English through English. We don't speak any other language. Today I speak 1 or 2 Tamil words, but normally we don't speak any Tamil word at all. Even our students, they don't speak in Tamil. They will speak only in English. But then by doing that, they will improve their language. That's a very important thing. So with that, we will close today, and then we will meet again in the next class. That is next Sunday, and we will come up with more discussions on this. If you have any doubts, we will discuss now. Well, Murugan, do you have any doubt? Or you want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Well, Murugan, what you can do, you can read some of the news which you are sending in the WhatsApp. In the class, you can read it. So that will be your starting point. From there, you can improve your language. Automatically, it will come. I mean, I have seen people like you, more than 1,000 people. So they all have come up. In fact, one of my students now is speaking much better English than me. And he has become, he's an MBA, and he's a vice president in a company, and he speaks a much better English. So likewise, these are the situations and the opportunities give them to improve their language. But then when he started off, he was not able to utter a single sentence in English. But later on, he slowly picked up. Yes. Yes, Kali Rajan, you have any doubts?
No, first starting with listening or reading, sir.
No, both you read and listen. Listening would be better. Reading anyway you will be doing by book, but listening would be better. Particularly good speakers you can listen. Say for example, like our Chidambaram, our finance minister, former finance minister Chidambaram, when he speaks in English, you can listen to him. Our Shashi Tharoor, now he's a Congress MP, you can listen to him. Like Krishnaraj Vanavarayar is one of the good speakers in Coimbatore. No, he also speaks well. Many are there. Like you in Virudhunagar also, there will be many people will be there. Or whichever comes in your WhatsApp group or in TV shows, some English shows are there where they speak in English. You can listen to them. How they make or frame the sentence, that is more important, and what kind of words they use, appropriate words they have to use. So that you will learn slowly, because since you are already have done many, studied English for many years, it will be much easier for you to pick up than somebody else. Since you have were studied in English in college, it will be very easy to for you to pick up and then improve your language. You in a short period you will improve your language. Kamalika,
Sir,
you have
grammar is very important, sir.
what, sir?
Grammar is very
No,
important.
grammar is not at all important. Don't bother about grammar today. Don't bother about grammar at all. While speaking, you will automatically pick up the grammar. You need not learn separately. Okay? While speaking, reading, and listening, you will automatically pick up the grammar. You need not study separately. See, if you want to become a good, improve your spoken command of language, then you should not study grammar. Let me put it that way. If you study grammar, then it's difficult for you to improve your spoken language. First, you improve your spoken language, automatically grammar will follow you. Kamalika, you want to say something to our friends, to me? Bhumika, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Bhumika, we want to say something?
No, sir.
Okay. We will close at this. Again, we will meet in the next class with some other topics, and we will go through some of the, how to frame sentences. That also we will go through through PPT. Okay.
Sir, next class next Sunday, sir.
Sunday. All Sundays at 2:45 is the communicative English class, and with the same time. Only thing is the meeting, that link will be different. Whatever that Google meeting will be different. That we will be sending in the. You are in which group, sir? Kalirajan. You are in the communicative English group. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. In the
Today joining, sir.
No problem. In that everything will come. Okay. And we conduct many competitions like English debate, Tamil debate, Tamil Kavidai, and quiz programs, etc. Whichever you are interested, you can join. That maybe slowly you can enter. No? We conduct many things. Right now we are actually doing some slogan competition, and then we are into drawing competition for various students. Likewise, quizzes we conduct, and on 24th of October we have one English debate. Like that, we are planning. Every month we will have 2 or 3 competitions. So whatever you are interested, you can. But all the classes are on Sundays. Okay. Well, Murugan, you wanted to say something? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, you have any other questions, Kalirajan?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay,
Fine.
right. All the best. We will meet again in the next class, next Sunday.